Haven't you heard?
Yeah, so anybody that hopped in the AUD USD with me, we're blue. Period.
Praise. Haven't you heard? Right there. Right there. Um, I'm trying to get like you know what I'm saying, master trader, rich great.
What ifs? Anywho,
You know the vibes. If you don't know the vibes, then what do you know?
so what were we gonna talk about? Blended family things. You
Yeah,
feel
so,
pressured, Greg?
huh?
Do you feel pressured
Question about what?
about being a father? Like honestly, all of a sudden, overnight almost.
Um, I mean shit. That's a natural reaction. Um, I mean, once you hopping into something that you've never done before, new
Mm.
tasks are expected of you, responsibilities are required of you, new things you have to learn. Um,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying?
I'm messing around with the format.
You said what?
I was messing around with the format. You didn't even peep.
Oh, yeah,
Hey,
but
girl. Hey, girl.
the
Hey.
vibes, you know what I mean? But nah, yeah, definitely feel like I say pressure, yeah, but it's like it's up to the person. Once you sign the terms and agreements to deal with that, you know what I'm saying, and be able to adjust. And but yes, I do feel at first it was like pressure. I mean, it's still pressure because it's kind of like again, it's kind of like you're expected the constant responsibility. Um, you know, because now you're not living for yourself. So I mean, it's difficult, but thank God, you know what I mean. I've
So I
been
guess the question I asked before we cut off the other live was like, what advice would you give to somebody, or what would you say to somebody who thinks that there's no good females out here? You know what I'm saying? Or he has this thing in his head where like if she got a kid, she ain't it. Like, what would you talk to these people? What would you tell them?
well,
So go
I,
make a kid.
I would tell you know what I'm saying. I would tell you, what my mom told me. You know what I'm saying. Pray for your wife. You feel me? I don't know. I wish I could say it any different. It's kind of crazy. But I can't because that's actually what I did. But I mean, give a little bit of encouragement. I've dealt with a lot of like not in a romantic way, but in general, like a lot of females. You know what I'm saying? And I've heard a lot of their sides of the story as far as things goes. And as a male, it's kind of discouraging because obviously you see a lot of stuff out here of the stereotypical baby mom type of. You know what I mean? Um, Somebody said Mario said you're um
Yo, what's good? That's DJ Hollywood.
oh word what's the word? Oh,
DJ Hollywood.
you know the
Send me
vibe.
that mix, King.
Know
Back in the
the
station on Monday. Big
vibe.
Fendi. Albany in the building.
Know the vibes. But Yeah, nah, but I would tell them like, oh, there's definitely women out there that's amazing. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Um, you just gotta take your time. Gotta know what you want, gotta take your time. You be smooth, you know what I'm saying? Like if Shorty's not the one, if you get with her and you see that she's not the one, you could tell, you'll be able to tell. I feel like if you know what you want, you should be able to tell, yeah. That's how I feel. But I definitely think there's a lot of women out there. I know some personally. That's what I'm like. I know there's a lot of women out there that are amazing, and especially with kids and not with no kids, with two kids, with jobs, careers, some that are just talented that don't do nothing. Like there's a lot of dope women out there. It's just like you gotta be able to weave through the, you know what I'm saying, and vice versa, especially vice versa with the men. You know what I'm saying? Women gotta do it. I know a lot of men personally who's fire. You know what I mean? Who will be make great boyfriends and husbands, dads.
You don't sound too enthusiastic. You don't sound like you believe
I mean, that's up for them to read. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm talking about.
that.
But no, I definitely think there's. I definitely know like there's people out there. It's just you just gotta really go. It's not easy, but that's why I say you gotta pray because that's what I did. I didn't. I was in entanglements before. You know what I'm saying? Um, that so that came and I didn't pray about it. I ain't go to God about it. I just, you know what I'm saying, just went willy-nilly and I feel like I ended up blessing a lot of people. I won't say a lot. I ended up blessing a few females.
Hmm.
but but
Was out here blessing shorties.
nah,
You
definitely,
was
you know
giving away the blessings.
what I'm saying?
That's messy.
That's not messy. That's first of all,
I'm hurt.
let me tell you something. 'Cause you know me, I'm one of the cleanest people you know in your life. So
Oh no, it's a fact. It's big Fendi.
let's be real here.
Big Fendi.
You know what I mean? But yeah, you know what happened? Did your camera turn off? You just blacked out over there. Oh, that was weird. But yeah,
That's what happens when notifications pop up on said iPad. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you know what I'm saying. I don't want to take the privilege away from you to allow you to talk to the women about finding a good guy out there. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a woman. I'm not a female.
Shoot, ain't none. Look, there ain't none. I got mine. You know what I'm saying? Good luck to you. That would be messy. Yeah. I'm saying, figure it out, sis. Nah, I definitely. It's funny because everybody's like, "Oh, what did Sierra pray?" or "What did whatever." Like, no, the same way people pray for a husband or whatever, pray for yourself. That's all I can say. Don't you want to be in a relationship with somebody? Be in the best relationship with yourself. Like, do you know how many women I talk to, and even in terms of like personally or sexually or whatever, knowing themselves and knowing their body, they don't. So it's like if you don't know yourself and you don't know how to make yourself happy, you don't know how to make yourself feel good, you're gonna get into a relationship with somebody and expect them to make you feel good too. You know, and it's like do the thing I like, but it's like, but what do you like? I don't know. Help me help you. I don't feel like relationships are meant for broken people. Like two broken people can't get into a relationship with each other because one will feel like it's my job to either fix or I'm broken or it's just it doesn't work either way. It's just a negative and a negative. And it's more of you have to have an awareness of yourself. You have to have some type of healing for yourself at your core to where you could even be in a relationship for real.
Um, I kind of disagree with that. I thought two broken people can be in there. As long as as long as you're willing to, I get this beer right now. As long as you're willing to,
You gonna do that on a live?
listen,
You're so annoying. You couldn't do this before the live. You had all day. You was running around all day. You ain't think of doing this, but you gonna do this when you get on live with me out here.
You know what I mean? Nah, but I was saying, like, I feel like super people can get in if they are willing to learn. If they're willing to learn.
But that would, bro, no. Two broken people
Because like
be in a relationship like when I think about that, I see two like fentanyl addicts that are in a relationship together. Like I'm her savior. I can protect her. I can do this. But it's like you're fighting your own demons. You know what I mean? Like you're not supposed to be like that.
I feel like that's
And granted, there are some people who what?
uh-huh. There's some people who what?
No, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Finish. Go ahead, Greg.
I feel like there's some people who what? Yeah, I'm listening.
No, because you're doing this whole back and forth thing. You made me lose track. Please go ahead, Greg.
I'm bringing you back on track. You feel like there's people that
You're pissing me off, bro. There's no way. Yo, there's no way. Gregory, finish your statement, please. Just go ahead. Why do you disagree with what I said?
no, I didn't see. That's not. I wasn't even disagreeing. I was just saying. I feel like that is kind of like an extreme case. I feel like the usually what happens is most typical case is somebody who just have repeated failed relationships, and that's when it become broken because they've been hurt so many times. That's that's the usual case with people. You know what I'm saying? Like so that, so that's so. I mean, I guess there was just like a difference when between what you were saying is broken, what I was thinking was broken. But so that's like, I just wanted to say when you say broken, that's what I'm looking at. Like the basic stuff. You had like 3, 4 failed relationships. They hurt you, hurt them. They hurt you. Now you don't know how to love. It's like stuff like that. You know what I mean?
I mean, I hear you, but this is the thing. Somebody in the relationship would have had to have gotten through that. You know what I'm saying? Like they would have had to have gotten through feeling that way or not wanting to work, you know, on it or be better or work through it or want to try again. Facts or not?
So our relationship. Who was the person that wanted to try again or wanted to work through it? Or
I would say that was you. You know what I'm saying? Because I would deem myself to be, but this is what I'm saying. This is why two broken people would not have been able to work in the relationship, right? Because I had gotten to a point in my life where I became okay. And this is what I'm saying with like being okay with dealing with the issues that made me, you know what I mean? That stopped me from loving or stopped me from being the best person I can be. Anything that was like we talked about insecurities or stuff like that that would come up or dealing with certain situations. I had to get to a place where I could go through with that and I wanted to, as you said. So, but it's like I wasn't completely like broken, shattered. I was actually on, like, I was really happy with how my life was going up until that point on like a very surface level.
that's interesting because that's not how you told me.
Here we go. Here we go. This man.
I mean, I'm not going.
Well, so then who was the broken one, Greg? So
We
who
both
came?
was. That's exactly what I'm saying. It could work. We both was.
I'm crying.
Like you was, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? On
I was what?
autopilot. On
Okay.
autopilot.
Okay. Okay. I was on
You
autopilot.
wasn't even. If this is you was going to
It
settle.
is what it is.
Right.
Yeah, I was. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't want a girlfriend. I'm good.
Oh, that's
And I
right.
said that mad times.
But then what changed?
What changed?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what changed was that actions happened. And I feel like that's what changed. Listening, the foundation of the communication is what happens. A lot of stuff there was a lot of things that well, not a lot, but there was a very important things that we did at the very beginning because of the past experiences. We knew we should do it now and not later. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I feel like that's what was changing. And that's why I say if broken people are willing to learn and listen, then I feel like it can work. Now, obviously, might be harder than others. You know, saying for example, the extreme fentanyl case. If somebody's going through that, first of all, you got to get over the addiction. Then you got to get over everything else.
Codependency.
All right. So it's like, but I do think that I just thank God it wasn't as hard for us. But I feel like
It definitely wasn't.
you just have to have the mental capacity and the emotional capacity to be able to deal with not only yourself but someone else's um, issues or problems, self-esteem issues, and all these. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's where people it becomes a lot.
But it's also important to not shy away from those things. And to actually like bear towards those, right? So like in the relationship, not freaking out or being like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling feelings. Let me not talk to my partner. Like I've made it a habit. I don't talk to my friends about my issues. Like, and if I do, it's because like you're on the phone or in a session or something. And I end up like talking to you about it right after. But it really is something where it's like deal with the issue right on, deal with the feelings, deal with the anger, deal with the frustration, aggravation, whatever it is, and be real with how you feel. Like I've learned to become okay with my feelings.
Mm.
And that was definitely something 2 years ago I wouldn't have been able to say for real. Like I'm okay with my feelings.
I feel like I've figured out that I've had deep rooted feelings and issues that I didn't even know were there. So I feel like, and when they came up, I didn't shy away from them. I was being honest about them because you know what I'm saying. I mean, being vulnerable. You know what I mean. Know the vibes. Getting some comments in here. See, I gotta look on the computer because I can't even. The emojis don't even look correct on this PC, right?
I'm crying. DJ, what's popping? What's
But like,
popping?
yeah, you know what I'm saying. I feel like I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of work that needs to be done as far as like relationships in the black community. Um, but I feel like I feel like if everyone
Dante!
knew how to I feel like if everyone just knew how to communicate. Yo, Dante, first of all, Dante shared this because Dante's lit. If he shares this, it'll probably be like 30 people in here. Just saying that. But
Honestly, Dante should hop in this live and then hop out.
we're gonna have all the people in here. They're gonna be, you know what I'm saying? We trying to get like Dante, you know what I mean? D Weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm
um,
trying.
yeah, I just
Like
feel like
it's so funny because like I guess people like don't think we're still together. This is what I'm telling you, Greg. Like this is like probably the longest actual relationship of my life because to be with someone consistently for almost 2 years, I've never done it, and people have never seen me do it. So it's like people will be like, "Hey, oh, y'all are still together." You know what I mean? And they don't mean it in a rude way, but it's like, wow, Rachel, you know what I'm saying? No, Dante, you're lit, bro. You're lit. Get a
uh,
sled. Get a
not
sled.
that
Here,
all I'm
here. You
saying
want
is
the link? Let me drop the link.
all I'm
Hold on.
saying
I sent John the link. He never. Yo,
Dante, all I'm saying is I'm gonna refresh this browser and I'm gonna need to see that you shared this.
I know that's right. Here you go. Boom. There. And then I gotta send it to John Skeet as well.
Oh, I didn't. I'm not seeing it.
Oh wow. Wow. Dante, you doing this like that?
And he, feel me?
No,
But
that Deidre.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. Oh, well, it's not crazy. It's different. I mean, we all had different experiences, so it's kind of like when I say it's crazy, it's kind of like wow. Because again, like you know me, I'm a long relationship guy. So like I'm used to being with somebody for a while, loyal to the soul.
Yeah, and I get sick of people real fast. You feel me? I have a real short fuse for people. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really like I it's funny because I if I talk to you on the phone, I love you. You feel me? Deidre, I miss you too, cousin. You feel me? Like
So I'm trying to get like
and
Rachel.
I love that's my god sister, you feel me? I love her. Her mother's birthday is my birthday. We share the same birthday. It, it's yeah, match made in heaven. But it's just one of those things where like I for new people, I'm good. I'm good. Any like anybody new in any circle, it's so weird because I feel like I try to be hospitable and I try to be nice and I try to be as friendly as I can be, and I think I've mastered that. But people take that and be like, "Oh, me and Rachel are so cool," and be like, "Girl, I didn't tell you anything about myself." Like I just kind of just like let you talk, or hosted you, and that's what you got to get good at. Oh wow, DJ's a real one. DJ's a real one. She shared the live in a group chat.
Oh, she getting crazy. She about to get busy. You know what I'm saying? We gotta talk
Facts.
heavy.
Kirsten's in here.
Gotta talk heavy.
Okay.
Um, hmm, that's funny. But like, I don't know. Man. I just feel like you know what I mean. I just feel like we just gotta learn how to communicate overall, and that's what every relationship, business relationships, friendships. You know what I'm saying? Like family. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like when people learn how to communicate, everything will be everything. And also, we will have to. Well, I feel like that still comes down to communication, being able to deal with your feelings. Gotta be able to deal with your feelings. Like we should be able to talk things out, and it shouldn't be a difficult thing. Like if you're mad about something, I should. Oh, she know the vibe. She's in tune with the vibe.
That's gang. You feel me?
But if you're going through something, it shouldn't be a hassle for me to um speak to you about that, um,
Right.
or speak to anybody about that. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like that has been. It's like everybody has their walls up. It's like as soon as you get mad, and or somebody brings something up to you, it's like, oh, well, I'm mad now. You can't talk to me. We're yelling, we're screaming, and stuff like that. Yeah, you know what I mean?
But then it's also people's pride too, because I like if I bring my feelings to you, I don't like for people to be like kind of like a and or like even the well, let me tell you why how you feel doesn't matter. I hate that with a passion. You know what I mean? Don't discredit my feelings because what you did really made me mad. And if I didn't have control over my emotions, I really could duff you in your mouth. You feel me? But people like to take that and then run with it and be like, no, well, this is the power of the tongue, how you say things, your tonation, how you move, why you didn't explain what you said. It doesn't make sense to some people. Some people think differently, and I don't have time to try to figure out who knows what. That's the Aggie. A
Yeah.
relationship is a partnership to grow and build together. Keep consistent communication. I love Kirsten. She's amazing.
I mean, she got the key. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah, big key.
I mean, that's kind of like, what I'm saying, to me, the foundation of every good relationship. Like I said, whether it be, two people coming together, whether it be family, whether it be business, whatever. Anything that has a
Right.
relationship that you have to bring multiple people in. Communication is the key because, and you almost have to be uncomfortably, like it has to be awkward. It has to be
Right.
uncomfortable. It has to be hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the communication, it has to be, yo, hey, how you doing? What if you're bringing your, what if, oh, I'm sorry. So I'm gonna get to that point because, you know what I'm
What if you bring your feelings and you feel like
saying?
they don't act?
I
That's
was
it
going to
right there.
get to the point. I was going to get to the point. I was going to finish what I was saying. I was just saying, you know what I mean? Yeah, forgot what I was saying.
Because if they don't act on it, you know what I'm saying? I believe in a three strikes law. You know what I'm saying? Three strikes rule you out. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe that everybody needs somebody to work with them. You know, which is why I feel like in no relationship that I've ever been in where anybody can say I've never put in effort, right? Because it's like if you do something that I don't like, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you again if you do it the second time. If there's a third time, bro, I'm telling you, yo, listen, we've talked about this before. You know, communication, right? And I've always, hey, if you can't get this right, I feel like you don't care because I need you to do this so I don't feel this way. If we're gonna be together, there gotta be a little give and a little take. You feel me? And so if I gotta tell you this three, four, five, 7 times, you're either not you're ignoring me because you think I'm gonna get over it, or you're just not getting it. And either way, I'm not gonna deal with both of them. You know what I'm saying? So
I
either
just,
we're gonna have the change of actions or we not.
I just feel like with that though, I mean, that's fair. I mean, obviously, I feel like that's up to the person. Definitely, who's on the bad side of that. Like if you're asking someone to do something and they're not listening, or not see, not that they're not listening, because you can't assume what the problem is. See,
Right?
this is where a level of, if you're really coming together and you really want to be in a relationship, you have to add a little bit. You have to have a little bit more. You have to be really like Jesus.
You
I'm
have
trying
the
to say,
grace. You have
you
the
have to be
grace. You have to have
different.
the grace.
You have to be different because
But that's what I'm
what
saying.
if?
The three reasons, the three if I break it down to you three
But
different ways, Greg.
yeah, but I get it. I hear you. I understand that. But I'm just saying sometimes, what if that person doesn't have the capacity and is honestly trying. Like that's the thing. It's like, and again, I'm not ever gonna tell nobody to stay with nobody. Like if you're, I can't hear you. Like,
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I was Audia called me. I'm listening though.
oh, I feel like, you know what I'm saying. If 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 you feel like this person can't isn't giving you what you are asking for, then you gotta do what you gotta do. Absolutely. But I do believe that there has to be a level of patience that comes with it. Because it's especially if this is somebody who you really want to work at. I'm not going to keep, you know what I'm saying, like saying things a million times. That's just me. But I do have patience to where it's like I know, like if I see, for example, if I tell you stop doing something, if you do something, I tell you stop. I don't like it, whatever. And I see that there's actions that you tried to stop, you stopped yourself, but you slip up and do it again.
Right.
Depending on what it is. But if you slip it up and do it again, I'm gonna be like, all right, I know that was a slip up. We make mistakes. Human, we're not perfect, so I can excuse that. Like I've seen you try. Like I've physically
Right.
seen you try. So that's what I'm saying. Like
That
there has to be
effort,
a level of
man.
patience because it has to be all right, I might have told you that affected me, but I seen you do. I've seen you put in some effort, so I'm gonna let this one rock,
Right.
but still don't do it because you know what that does. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, so I mean,
Right.
it's just it's all situational. But I mean, if somebody's blatantly out just not doing like they just like all right, like continuing to do the actions with no justification or explanation of why these actions are happening. This is where communication comes in. Because if I'm doing something that you don't like and it's not doing, I have to explain why it is that I'm doing this thing. Yo, I don't know. I just can't. I have traumatic experience. I have this something. I don't know how to do this. I don't know.
There has to
There
be
has
a
to be an explanation.
reason.
But,
Right.
but if it's like it's happening, there's no reason why it's happening. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. At the end of the day,
Big
you know what I'm saying, be
Fendi.
out.
Ketsia said you have to apologize when you're wrong and have a open communication with your spouse. Facts.
Yeah, it's a fact. That's a big fact. I was with somebody that never. What about that? Yo,
My
listen.
camera just off.
I'm gonna get to Katsia real quick. I just want to say right there, that's a big thing. Pride is one thing. I was with somebody who never, ever thought they was wrong. Everything was literally my fault. Like I could breathe and it's my fault. It's all. I wish I was lying, but but it's just like as long as there isn't any pride in a relationship, man, like, you can't really have pride in a relationship. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work because you're gonna have to eat that. And if there is pride, you are. It's oh, I keep. But she said it's Miss Bouvet. I'm sorry, because I'm like, you know what I mean. I don't even. I love you guys. You know the vibes. But yeah, I just feel like yeah, you can't have pride in a relationship. It's not gonna work. So just like if you do something and you know you wrong, just be like, yo, I'm sorry for this. And like just keep it pushing. It's nothing. It's if it's love, it's love. Like you know what I mean. And if there is pride, I was gonna say this. If there is pride, acknowledge it. There be sometimes Ray be doing something or whatever the case may be. I've told her this before. I'll be like, damn, like I feel like I'm having a pride moment. Like it was pride. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I acknowledged it, and
Right.
with
And,
acknowledging it, and we're able to deal with it, and you know what I'm saying? Like some, you know what I mean? Because I'm
and with love and understanding and all of those things as well. Because nothing worth having comes overnight, right? Or nothing worth having comes easy. So you got to be willing to put in the effort. Oh, iPad falling. Naked baby. But yeah, so sincerity with love, and even when you're wrong, honesty is everything. That's really it. You know what I'm saying? Because either you keep it real or you don't. And
that's
that's
it.
why I was saying what I was really getting to earlier. Because it's like if someone love you, they're gonna try. If someone love you, they're gonna put in that effort every day. You know what I'm saying? And I don't believe in the like. I know people can be busy, but I've seen for a fact people make time for each other.
Yeah,
Billionaires, trillionaires, CEOs of major companies have time, can make time for their spouses, for their significant others. We can make time for each other if we care for it. We don't. We ain't doing nothing hardly, anyways.
no, yeah. I mean, well, there's that too.
Gregory,
Like
we
I just,
lost you there. Did it? Hold on.
no, I just,
Sometimes.
um, Not
Oh, I can
so.
hear
I just feel like even with that comes a level of communication. Again, if I'm busy
you.
and
Right.
I'm busy, if that's something, and I tell you that, like if I tell you that before, flower Miss Bouvet said flowers and make a special gesture something they love, so they know you're trying.
Exactly. A little bit of effort, man. A gift go a long way. You know what I'm saying? And it don't have to be no $100, $200, $300 gift. $15 flowers from the grocery store. You feel me? Can go a long way. Some flowers or something, just a little something to say, I'm thinking about you, if that's their love language. If their love language is acts of service, grab the dishes, handle the kitchen once in a while or whatever. But it's being attentive to your partner's needs and really caring. Going back to really the forefront of everything that we were saying.
And
Do
okay,
something.
and yeah, I'm sorry, Miss Bouvet. You know what I mean? That's a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, come say
And
hi,
I'll be
Miss Bouvet's on the live.
and you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
since we on here being honest, I keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Like I am I've never been, you know what I'm saying, the romantic type. I keep it a buck.
Okay,
I've
thank you.
never been that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Definitely though, you know what I'm saying, I hold it down. Other things like, if I feel like if I can handle this, like if I see my, you know, Ray doing a lot, yo, I'll handle it. Or how can I help? You know what I'm saying? And even that, I would. Well, I don't know. Sometimes, and I said you gotta be. It's learning because sometimes I would feel like I am helping, but she feels like I can help in more ways. So now it's like I overly be like, well, to me it's overly be like, but I don't know what it is to her. I'd be like, yo, do you need help? Do you need help? Do you need help? But 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 even in the romantic aspect, I was never taught that. I've never seen that. I've never been around that. So I don't have that, but I know that's something that it's not like she wants like all the time, but like she would like that. And I was honest, and I was honest enough to be like, yo, I told her I don't like the communication. I told her that this is not something that I'm used to. It's something that it's not something that I've done. Like I've done some things before, but I'm willing to learn.
But you see how that's it. Be emotionally available. And you may not have known how to be romantic in the traditional sense, but when it came to that and me telling you that, you were emotionally available, even if at first it may have shocked your system or even like, oh my gosh, like, is she not happy? And it's like, no, it's just we can improve here. And being able to have a relationship where you can have that dialogue is important as well.
Communication, and that is the key.
Communication, the major key. Talk about everything. Do not hide anything.
And because like I feel like I should be able to tell my partner, yo, I am not this, and not be afraid that this person's gonna leave me because of that.
Right.
Because I'm willing to learn, right? I'm willing to try. I'm willing to figure it out. You know what I mean? Like effort to me is one of the things I like the most. So as long as you give me this much effort, vulnerability, yes, absolutely, that'll be wrong. It's weird. It's weird being like that all the time, but it, that's the only way it's gonna work. But yeah, I just feel like yo, just talk it out, communicate. If
Support, vulnerability. Yep. All of that is very important.
you know what I mean.
Very, very, very important, guys.
I don't know.
Let's see.
Some people sometimes I just feel like can't be in a relationship if you ain't ready for it though. Definitely. Too imperfect. Too too personally. Yeah, that's a fact. You know, once you're coming together, it's no longer about yourself. You sign the terms and agreements. You check the box. So now it's like you have to make your decision depending on other people, another person, and that's the hard thing about relationship. Look, but that's the harsh reality. Some people think they can get in a relationship, and be like, yeah, I'm gonna be myself. I can change it. It's like no, you are. You're gonna have to in some
It's
aspect.
an investment. Absolutely. You have to invest every day into bettering yourself so that you can be your best self for your partner. Put in the work. Absolutely. There's no shortcut to it because if you take a shortcut, somebody somewhere down the line will end up feeling less than, feeling like they need to step out, and feeling like they have questions, more what ifs. And I like to live my life with no what ifs, man. So I put a good effort in first.
Put in the word.
Oh, we lost G Weeks.